Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos una vez más, como todos los miércoles, aquí en el podcast de Madres y Mujeres y un poco más. Hoy tenemos una invitada súper especial y va a ser un poquito más diferente que siempre, como estamos acostumbrados. Pero ya estamos aquí con nuestra amiga Tina, que está aquí acompañándonos. Y ya venimos para que conozcan un poco más de ella. Vamos a conocer a nuestro querido patrocinador y bueno, ya venimos en unos segundos.
Estamos listos para darte la bienvenida a la Expo Radio Cincinnati 2025. Este evento es una oportunidad única para descubrir una variedad de negocios que compartirán sus productos, servicios y demostraciones. Ofrecerán promociones exclusivas y asesoría de expertos en temas de seguros, impuestos, bienes raíces y financiamiento. Además, será una jornada de diversión para toda la familia. Disfrutarás de música en vivo con la espectacular presentación de la Dama del Pueblo,
Si piensas que sin ti voy a
quien nos cautivará con su inigualable voz.
borracha de amor, me voy viviendo tu recuerdo.
También contaremos con danzas profesionales a cargo de las zambamberas.
Si volvieras a mí, sentirías conmigo el verdadero amor.
Y brincolines para los niños. No te pierdas las ocurrencias y el carisma del payasito Solecito, así como emocionantes concursos y muchas sorpresas más. Habrá venta de bebidas para completar la experiencia. No faltes. Te invita Radio Cincinnati junto a nuestros patrocinadores: Performance Toyota, La Michoacana Premier, R&M Multiservice, Willis Homes, Jim's Food Service, Dental A.L. Smiles, El Barco Mexican Restaurant, Sonido Cumbiambero, Castellanos Financial Solutions, Magic Touch, Mundo Zinc, Fiesta Auto Insurance, Mad Asterit, Beauty Hair Extensions, Michelle Rental, Boris Verastey, Trusted Advisor, Marichuy Inflables y muchas otras marcas que harán parte del evento más grande de Cincinnati. Te esperamos el 21 de septiembre de 1 a 4 de la tarde en el Shannonville Convention Center. Dirección 11355 Chester Road, Glendale, Ohio 45246. Para más información llámanos al 513-926-4837.
Bienvenidos a un nuevo año en el podcast de Madres, Mujeres y un poco más. Aquí en Radio Cincinnati. Este 2025 nos trae nuevas historias, aprendizajes y conversaciones que inspiran. En este espacio exploramos temas que nos conectan como seres humanos, nos motivan a crecer y nos invitan a reflexionar sobre la vida. Con ustedes, Michelle Vázquez. Comenzamos. Madres, Mujeres y un poco más.
Información sobre el 21 de septiembre que finalmente va a llegar la Expo de Radio Cincinnati, en el cual los vamos a esperar a todos ustedes. Ya tenemos acá a nuestra invitada Tina. Hi Tina, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I feel like a little bit nervous, but we can do it, we can do it. I told you I never, probably I'm 5 years old, I never felt like nervous like that, but
That's okay.
It's
This
okay.
is my first podcast, so I'm nervous too.
I love it.
We're in it together.
Yes. So in this case, we have this podcast in English because we can try stay with another community. Like obviously, my community is a Hispanic community, but we can try like another language. So right now we are here with this beautiful woman, Tina.
Hello.
Yeah, so we can talking about love for art. We can stay here like probably 24 hours and we can talking about this because we love it and we can we have like, I'm not dancer, she is dancer, but when I was child I stayed for different academics in Ecuador, so we can talking about that. She's singer too. What do you have another thing like another?
I do. I work in quite a few mediums actually. So I work in dance, both as an instructor and a choreographer and as a performer. I also work in music. So I sing and I produce events and that type of thing. And then I also work in theater. So I direct and I choreograph and I act and do theatrical productions. And I also work in visual art as well. So I do some photography and a little bit of painting as well. So we're just running the gamut. It's all over the map.
Yes, we have like a lot of things, and just one woman, like a beautiful woman. So in this case, we're talking about love for art. Tina, we can talk in something about you. Like how many years do you live here? You are from here. Where do you live?
Yeah, so I have lived here here in Ohio almost my entire life. I was born in Albuquerque, but I have lived here it's what I know. I've lived here for quite a bit. And then I went on the road for a little while, and I moved to Chicago for a few years, and now I'm back here in Ohio. So
We love Ohio.
we do.
Oh
we
my
do.
God.
Cincinnati's a great
Ohio
city.
is the best place for us, and it's my home.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I feel like
Cincy's been really great.
Yes, I love it. We have forestation, like summer, everything. We have everything here, and I love. It's so comfortable. So
Yeah, you can't beat the 4 seasons.
Yes,
We're
we
about to
have
go
4
into
seasons.
fall, which is my favorite season.
Yeah,
so,
it's mine too.
Yeah, I love the beach and the warmth and stuff, but I think I would have a really hard time if I was living somewhere that didn't have all 4 seasons.
Yeah, I love fall too. So we can start with a question. I have a couple of questions for you, Tina.
Yeah.
So when did you first discover your passion for art?
So I think I've been just a little bit artistic my entire life. I think the discovery of me really wanting to do this came from when I was like super little. My parents had put me in like t-ball as a sport, and we would be playing the game, and I'd be like out in the outfield just like spinning and like dancing and like doing pirouettes and things out in the outfield. And I think that moment was something for my parents of being like, maybe she's a dancer instead of a kid that's into sports. So they put me into dance classes, and that was kind of the end of it. It was something I really loved to do, and I never really left it. After that, it was like, at times it was like the only thing I wanted to do, right? Which kind of drove me into doing it as a career. But I've always been just really into music and really into dancing and that type of thing since I was very, very little.
Yes. So you said the first time when your parents say, "Oh, you can start with something like a sport," you say, your parents say, "She's not good for
They're
that."
watching me spin out there like, yeah, she's a dancer, I think, instead. So, yeah, and then we started dance classes, and the rest is history. So,
Was there a moment when you realize it? This was more than just a hobby.
Yes. Well, there wasn't maybe like one moment, but I, again, have been dancing since I was little, and that's kind of where it started, right? I didn't start in music or any of that stuff. I started with dance. And as I got older and started training more seriously, and I started training with like some professional companies there towards the end as I got to be like 16, 17 years old. Oh. And, you get to be about that age, and you're getting ready to go into college, and everybody's just kind of in this space of like, what do I want to major in? What do I want to do? And you've got people who are just like, I really like science, or I want to be in engineering, or I want to be a doctor. And I'm just sitting there like, all I really like to do is dance, right?
Yeah, like in my case.
It's all I can see myself really wanting to dive into was dance. And so, that, and then we would do these summer programs, these like 2-week, they were called summer intensives, where we would go and we would dance from like every single day for 2 weeks, so 14 days, and we would dance from like 9 a.m. until like 4 or 5 p.m. with like a break for lunch, and it was just classes, and we would be dancing all day long. And I remember, we would get to the weekends or stuff like that, and I would be sitting with other students, and you'd have people just being like, oh, I'm tired, or oh, we've got another class, or things like that. And I remember like hearing that and being like, I feel great. Like, I could do this every day, right? And I think that was a moment for me of like, okay, I think this is where I'm supposed to be, right? This is, it wasn't like a pinnacle moment, but just there was a gradual knowing of like, I don't want to do anything else. And I'm more passionate and more successful, and I feel more at home doing this than I feel doing basically anything else. And I think that's when I started to realize like this was something I really wanted to pursue going forward, even outside of school. And it was interesting because for me, becoming a professional dancer, especially, I'm shorter. I'm 5'1". I'm 5 feet and 1/2 of an inch, right?
You are professional.
Yes,
so professional.
I am now.
Yeah.
I am now. But at that time, especially, professional dancers were all supposed to be tall, and they were supposed to be, slender, and have a certain aesthetic. And for me, I was 5'1", and I was curvy, and I was.
You're 5'1". I'm 5.
Are you?
I'm
Am I taller? Oh, I'm never taller. I love that.
I'm too short.
Are you? I
Yeah.
got a half inch on you. I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'm never taller than anybody, so I'll definitely take that. But at the time, that's not who was being employed or cast as professional dancers. And so for me, this idea, it's like I knew I wanted to do it, but it was like an impossible dream for me, right? It was something that I really felt like this is never going to happen for me, but I love this so much. I feel like I can't give up on it. It's the only thing I really want to do, so I'm going to keep doing it. And then I just really buckled down, and I was taking like, an insane amount of classes per week, and I was training after work and after school, and I was working and doing school and training at the same time. And then I turned to be about 19, 20 years old and went to an audition for a professional company and got hired into that company super young, and went on the road and was doing some touring and stuff with them. So my career happened for me, this impossible thing that I thought was never going to happen, happened for me really young. So, I think there wasn't a moment where I was like, this is the thing I think I'm going to do. I just gradually started going into this space of like, I really can't see myself doing anything but this, because I just love it and feel so like connected to it.
Yes, of course.
So.
And here in the U.S., you study here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive, the career, because in my country it is. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Training is expensive.
Yeah.
Yes, classes are expensive.
And I
Training is
remember when I
expensive.
told my grandma, hey, I need to study something like, about art, like dance or something. And she said, no, that is not good for you. And I say, but I love it. And she said, no, you need to study something like in my country or in South America, you need to study something like engineering or doctors or something like that. But I said, Grandma, please. And she said, no, you can't do that because it's not good for you. And I said, why? And she said, no, because in our culture it's not good. And I say, oh my God. And that's the reason, because I'm engineering.
Yes, yeah.
But-
engineering is much more lucrative than being an artist,
No.
right? But for
Yes,
sure.
Grandma,
And,
why you say no?
Yes, it's a great career path for all of those things. But I think, that's part, I think, of what makes artists is just that, like, we can't and don't, and we are so passionate about what it is that we're doing that we choose to go that direction, even though we're probably not making a lot of money. There probably isn't a lot of stability. There probably isn't a lot of
Yes.
consistency, and sometimes we are, searching for our next contract, or we don't know what the future is going to look like, or, we have to budget a certain way and that type of thing, but we love what we do so much that it's worth it for us.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, your grandma was spot on with that one. She
Yes.
was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's our culture too,
Yeah.
So probably in Ecuador, it's not like a good, or it's
Sure.
it's too hard for them.
It's not easy. Well, and there's no guarantee that you're going to end up, even with the best training, right? Even with the best training or the most experience, there's no guarantee that you'll end up with a job. There's no guarantee that you'll end up getting work doing this. So.
Yes, you never know.
Right. You could end up spending all this time and this energy and this money towards your craft, and then not end up having work doing it. So that's a very real part of it.
Yes.
That is a very real part of it.
It is. Do you believe art can heal or transform people's emotions?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
Right. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
I believe that, doing art, creating art, being an artist, and also witnessing art and, kind of being an audience member, it can do both. And I feel like I've seen it do both. It's definitely done that for me. And I've, been a part of shows too, where like, there's some connection with the material that the audience has that is really kind of like something that's very healing for them. And I think a lot of that comes from, when you are observing art, you're seeing yourself within it. And sometimes it just takes, and that's the case for like a theater show or a TV show that you're watching or a song that you're hearing. And sometimes it just takes, you can be listening to lyrics and you hear it and you say like, I've gone through that and I thought I was the only one. And all of a sudden there's this sense of like, belonging. There's this sense of like connection, and you don't feel as isolated in what you're going through anymore because somebody else has put this in this medium that you connect with, that you understand in a way that you thought maybe you couldn't be understood, or that nobody else had gone through, or something like that. And the same thing with, stage arts, theater, TV shows. Like, you're watching TV and they're talking about their experience and you're like, I've been through that.
Yeah,
Right.
you need to stay like, you need to feel there's something another people stay like you. In this case,
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah.
So.
So there's that sense of connection. There's also just, there's biology involved with like healing and things. With dance and music, you're using parts of your brain that you aren't using if you're doing things like watching TV or reading and stuff like that. You're incorporating other parts of your brain, and it has been shown scientifically that dance is very therapeutic for healing. So is music and that type of thing. And so, art as a medium, 100% can have an effect on people's emotions. I am also a strong believer that learning an art form is just as effective as witnessing or doing, right? So the process of getting better at something. So I'm in dance classes, and as I grow as a better dancer, or I'm in music classes, and as I grow in my music classes, I'm also growing as a person, because what that's allowing me to do is I'm proving to myself that I can do it. I'm growing in my sense of confidence and my sense of self, and how I implement what I'm dancing, or how I'm expressing myself through those things. And so, I have seen people just come out of their shelf. I have come out of my shell myself through just having this medium of being able to have safe expression, where like I might not be brave enough to say this in a conversation with somebody, but I feel very safe, and I feel very brave to express myself through dance or through a song or something like that, right? So yeah, I truly do believe that people can heal, people can connect, people can grow, people can change, and all of those things through art. 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I think the best connection we have, in this case, is when do you dance with somebody. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
best connection
Oh yeah,
that you
that's a
have.
good connection
Yes.
too. Yeah, that's a
I
whole
think
other type of
you
connection.
can talk.
Yeah.
You can talk. You can make like o puedes hacer silencio y solo bailar, y es la mejor conexión que tú puedes tener con una persona.
Sí.
You don't need talking. Just feel and just dance, and you can feel everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love dance. I love it.
Yes, and I feel like it's universal, right?
Yes,
so like
it
if
is.
we were to go to like a salsa club or something like that here in Cincinnati, we could connect with this community. But if we were to go to a
Yes.
salsa club in like Japan or like Croatia or Spain or Canada, we would have the same sort of language or connection through dance.
Yeah.
Even though the environment that we're in is like completely different cultures, right? It's a universal language, a universal
Yes.
connection.
Yes, 8 years ago when I was here in Cincinnati, I told my cousin, hey, we can go to wherever, like some place I need, dance salsa or wherever, because I just checked, American people, everybody is American people.
Yeah.
And I told my cousin, and she said, oh yes, I know. All Thursday, right? All
Yeah.
Thursday, Cincinnati, they have Salsa on the Square.
Yeah.
And I said, Salsa on the Square, what is that? And when I was in there, I felt like, oh my goodness, I felt like in Ecuador, because
Yes.
I saw everybody dancing there. Todas las personas que van todos los jueves. Tina es la que está ahí, Tina es la que canta, la que baila. Tina los recibe con mucho amor a todas las personas todos los jueves en Salsa on the Square, en la fuente que está en Cincinnati. Así que vayan, porque todos los jueves se prende. Es increíble, y además la pasan súper bien. Y hay gente de todas partes del mundo. O sea, no solamente hay latinos, también hay americanos, hay personas de la India. He visto asiáticos, he visto de todas partes del mundo que lo disfrutan, y yo lo sigo disfrutando como si fuese el mismo. Hace 8 años que llegué, lo sigo disfrutando. Así que tienen que ir a la salsa todos los jueves a partir. What time is supposed to start?
A las 7, 7.
A las
7 to 10.
7
Yep.
on the clock. So, what is the most memorable piece of art you have created or experienced do you have?
This is such a hard question.
You need to choose one.
I know. How do I choose one? Oh, that's so difficult. Because like I said, like I've just done so much good art with good
Yeah,
people.
probably
It's
have
hard
a
to
lot.
pick one. I think, okay, so I don't know how to answer this question because I can't pick one, but I think we'll go this way with it. One of the most impactful, I think, things I've worked on with art is just education in general. So, I do work on my own artistic career, but one thing I'm really passionate about is education and trying to give others the tools to, you know, grow in their art as artists. And so I think one of the most impactful things, one of the most memorable things that I do is getting to work with students of all ages and watching them have the moment where sometimes it takes practice, right? But sometimes it just takes that one right key of information that changes the game as far as like how they understand what they're doing. And there's a moment where you can understand that it clicked for them and then they just light up like, I got it now, right? And for me, that moment is everything. Like that moment is the reason that I do this, because
Yes.
that in that moment, not only are they getting better, but they're also discovering like it's a possibility,
Yes.
right? And it's just so, it's like, it's a little bit of magic in that. And so for me, that is such a blessing. And I think when it comes to, memorable stuff or more impactful things, those are the moments throughout my artistic career that really stick with me and that mean a lot to me, right? That I can, because that happened to me. So I had an instructor who like sat down with me and was like, this is how you do it, right? So for me to be able to pass that on to other people and give them tools in their toolbox that let them grow into better artists and better, technicians, whatever the case, like those are the most memorable moments, I think, for me.
Wow, it's beautiful. It
Yeah.
is. When I was I had 17 or 14 years old. I make classes. I do. I make for for women's
Yeah.
with my close friend. My close friend, his name is Chicho. So we say, oh, we can make something like, gasolina or something.
yeah.
Yeah. So for Daddy Yankee, and we make classes for the other people.
Aw.
Probably for 20 women, different women.
Yeah.
And they say, yes, we can dance with you guys. And I love it. I remember that age is the best age when I had
Yeah.
14 or 15 years old, and we make classes for that people. And I say,
Yes.
oh my God, I'm beautiful teacher. But I'm
So
not.
good. Well, yeah, no, because then what you did is you gave
Yeah.
the opportunity for several people to share in this joyful thing that you created,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yes, it is. I remember that. It's a special. It's so special for me. My friend Chicho, probably he can show this moment. And I love you, Chicho. He's my best friend, and he's right now. He have a special moment right now, but you can do it. You are so hard. How do you stay inspired to keep creating, Tina?
This is a good question. I don't know. I don't actually know. Sometimes it comes in the form of like I'll just be sitting, or a lot of the times it happens like in the car, right? Like I'll just be driving somewhere and like some idea will pop in my head,
like
right?
me, yeah.
So it's kind of divine. It's kind of just I just come up with ideas sometimes and then I implement them. The tough part is when I think the hardest thing as an artist isn't necessarily finding inspiration, because I feel like for me, anyways, like particularly because there's so many mediums that I work in, inspiration is everywhere. The tough part comes when I've been given an assignment of some sort that is creative. So let's say like it's my job to come up with a choreography to a certain song by X amount date, right? And so sometimes if I'm not picking the music and I'm being put on a deadline, it is hard to, and I don't particularly feel inspired, or if it's something I just didn't pick, or if it's maybe a style or something that I'm not used to, it is tough in those moments to find inspiration, because then you have to rush because you're on a deadline and you have to pull from other things. So I think one of my favorite things to do in moments like that, if I'm really finding trouble being inspired by something, is I'll try to pull from unexpected places, right? So let's say that I'm having to choreograph something that is in a style I'm not used to. I'll go and look at a completely different style and try and see if I can get some ideas from there, right? And so if I'm really having trouble absorbing other types of art, sometimes unexpected art will kind of help shake me out of that rut. But as far as just being inspired in general, I don't think I ever really stop being inspired. I've always got a project I want to work on. It's to a fault. Sometimes I have too many projects I want to work on, right? Sometimes I have to like slow myself down and be like, okay, we will get to that, but not today, right? Like just let's put that in your list of things you want to do eventually.
We can do another day.
Yes. Yeah, we can do that another day. But generally speaking, yeah, inspiration's just kind of, it just kind of comes down from the universe and pops into the purview. And sometimes that looks like I'm going to write this down for later. And sometimes that looks like, okay, how do we get started on it? Right. So
yes, yeah, it's too hard. And I know talking about what is supposed to be talking because I'm do same.
You do the same thing.
Yeah,
you do.
You
are, yes, you're involved in plenty of
okay.
things.
So when I drive in, I say, I have something idea. Oh, okay, I can do it.
Yes.
So, or another day, or when I saw something videos or something like that, and you say, I can choose this idea and probably another idea, and you can, mix and you can do like big idea too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another, I think one of the blessings also about working in different mediums, and you probably have a little bit of this for yourself as well, is that sometimes it's really cool when like I have an idea that is like I can start to like meld together mediums. So like dance and music come together, or sometimes like photography and dance will come together, or photography and theater will come together, or theater and music, things like that. When I can start to kind of cross pollinate, as they say, when I can kind of start to pull from different mediums and put them together in a project.
Yeah.
Now those are cool projects.
It is.
Yeah.
It's too hard too, right?
It is hard. Yes,
Yes,
it is
because
very
you
hard.
need
It's involved.
Yes,
it's involved
so,
is what it is. Yeah.
So Tina, give me 1 second.
Yes.
So right now vamos a, ya se me mezclaron los idiomas aquí, Dios mío, mi cerebro está como que, ay no, ¿para dónde va? Pero bueno, vamos a hablar, chicos, de nuestro patrocinador querido que es Performance Toyota con nuestra amiga Karina Aulis, que si usted desea un carro, si usted desea comprarse un carro, por favor, tiene que llamar a nuestra amiga Karina Aulis, Performance Toyota, que tienen los mejores carros que usted necesita. Por favor, financiamiento fácil. Solo llame a nuestra amiga Karina, porque ella es nuestra ayudante, porque ella habla español, amigos. Si usted no habla inglés, aquí como yo, que estoy aquí sudando la gota gorda, puede llamarla, por favor, a Karina Aulis al 513-295-9976 y créame que usted va a salir con el carro de sus sueños. Y no solamente eso, sino que ella le va a dar la mejor información y le va a ayudar para lo que usted necesite. Solo llámela, ¿ok? Y también puede ir a la dirección de Performance Toyota, que es el 5676 Dixie Highway, Fairfield, Ohio, 45014, y saca su cita para que ya Karina lo pueda atender. Y seguimos con el podcast también anunciando que no se olviden, este 21 de septiembre vamos a estar con el Social Expo de Radio Cincinnati en el Sharonville Convention Center de 1 a 4 de la tarde. Si tienes algún negocio, si tienes algún amigo que desea ser parte de esta comunidad, por favor tienes que llamar ya al 513-963-1249. También le dejamos el otro número, 513-926-4837. Todavía hay oportunidad para que tú puedas estar aquí y ser parte de este gran maravilloso evento. 21 de septiembre en el Sharonville Convention Center. Por favor, inviten a su familia, a sus amigos, a los vecinos, a todos para pasar una tarde lleno. Mira, por aquí tengo el flyer divino. Miren, aquí está este flyer maravilloso donde van a estar absolutamente todos y cada una de las personas que vamos a asistir. Aquí también están los sponsors. Por acá vamos a tener a la dama del pueblo. Ay, no, yo la amo a ella. Ella la admiro muchísimo también, es una gran mujer y espero pronto también que esté aquí, como todos los miércoles tenemos a invitadas y también va a venir un amigo especial, así que pronto va a estar por aquí a fin de mes nuestro amigo DJ Dariel, va a estar por aquí, así que para todas esas fanáticas y fanáticos de DJ Dariel también, por favor, para que puedan ver esta magnífico podcast. Y bueno, los esperamos el 21 de septiembre de 1 a 4 de la tarde, por favor, Sharonville Convention Center. Y bueno, seguimos con la entrevista de del podcast que tenemos para nuestra amiga Tina. Todas las personas que si hablan inglés, por favor disculpen lo que yo estoy tratando de decir. Y bueno, obviamente seguir y apoyar no solamente a Tina, sino a todas y cada una de las personas que vienen y dan su tiempo de sentarse aquí con nosotros todos los miércoles. Así que muchísimas gracias también a ustedes por su sintonía. Vamos a seguir. Tina, how do you see the future of art in today's fast-paced digital world?
Yeah. So that's been a big conversation lately, right? Especially with, our new presence of like AI and stuff, right? And so it's been a big conversation that, artists have potentially, are potentially being pushed out of certain industries because now people can and people are just sticking it into like an AI program and it's just being created. And so
it's more easy.
Yeah, like easier, faster. And so
it's faster.
Having people who have been relying on their industries creating digital art or music or whatever it is, there's a big conversation about that right now. I don't honestly know what that looks like for art as an industry as far as like making money off of that type of thing, because it looks pretty ominous as far as that goes. However, I hope that doesn't dispel people from wanting to create art and be artists and spend time and energy in the process of creating, because even though AI can be an incredible tool to help it, I truly don't believe that there are any artificial intelligence tools that are going to be able to create the way that you would as an individual. So like your signature, your art, your expression is individual and invaluable to you as far as, what you are able to put, your voice, what you're able to put onto there into the world. As far as how it's going to affect art as an industry, though, I'm not sure. I think there's going to be a little bit of wait and see about that one because everything's just happening so fast. Yeah. Even just like the transition into using AI, all of that's happening very quickly. So it's going to be new frontier for all of us at the same time, seeing how that plays out.
So I know right now I see something, in the social media, I see something about the concerts with EA. AI?
Yeah.
All the time I'm confused with that. But
yeah.
I say, oh my goodness. So the artist like Shakira, for example.
Yeah.
She didn't sing her right now anymore, like in the future, probably in 20 years.
Sure.
Because, the concert is just with that.
I haven't heard about
this.
I
saw
it's
that.
Like holograms and stuff. It's like
yes, and
it's
they
crazy.
supposed to put like this, and they put like something Shakira dancing, not the real Shakira.
And it wasn't her, but it was like a figurine or something.
And I saw that, and I said, Jesus.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I haven't heard about that. Yeah. That's gonna be interesting.
No, yes, it is, and it's so weird too.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh, I bet.
Because we need, for example, my husband, he loved Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
He loved Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
So probably in 20 years, the EAA, right?
AI.
Yeah. Sorry. Probably
will end up taking over.
He didn't see anymore him.
Yeah.
Because
I think I love technology for what it can do for us, but I do think, I would rather see like real Shakira than see AI Shakira. So I think the way for us to be able to combat something like that is just to make sure that we are still supporting live events, live music, live theater, live concerts with like real people, making sure that like we as audience members are supporting humans doing the work rather than just, machines and things like that. And hopefully we'll be able to salvage some of that because that's wild. I have actually not even heard that they're doing that.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
I saw that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Tina, what advice would you give to someone who wants to pursue art but feels afraid?
Yeah. I think that's a part of it. I would say the fear can't be the thing that stops you. The fear actually has to be the thing that you're willing to push through. I think, when I'm watching people kind of start putting themselves out there and their stuff out there, the thing that I see the most is probably just people being afraid to fail or afraid to look a certain way. And the thing about it is like, that is the price that you have to pay to get to the other side, right? We it's you have to be very brave, right? It's terrifying to walk up in front of a group of people and say, this is what I have to offer, and feel like what you have to offer might not be good enough, or might not be something that people like, or it just might not be, any of those things. But the gateway to success is failure. And a lot of the times, when we see these people who are hyper successful, we see them, we're like, wow, man, like they really got to, XYZ place. What we don't see, though, is all the times and ways that they have had to fail in order to get to the place they got to, all the lessons they needed to learn through the failures in order to get to a place. Nobody starts off being ridiculously good. We all start in a place where, we're just not. And it's having enough love for what you're doing and enough want for what you're doing and enough passion for wanting to do it, that the passion and the want and the drive kind of oversees the fear. And so if you're having fear about starting, about being an artist, about being expressing, or you're feeling really nervous about putting yourself out there, the fact that you're afraid of it is not a sign that you should stop. The fact that you're afraid of it is a part of the journey, and you got to learn how to push past that part, right? And the thing about art in general is that maybe your art's not for everybody. You can put yourself out there and 10 people will like it and 10 people won't. That can't be the thing that decides whether you do it or not, though. The thing that decides whether you do it or not is how much you love it, and you just decide for yourself, I'm going to do this whether you like it or not, because it's something I love and this is who I am.
Yeah.
But, being afraid of it is not the thing that should stop you. You're going to feel afraid of it. I still feel afraid of it every day, all the time.
Aww.
Every time I walk on stage, right?
Yeah, and
I still feel afraid of it a lot.
Everybody can feel that.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
when we stay, and Old Thursday and Salsa on the Square, we can show you, and you enjoy, and you can feel, and you can connect with everybody in there. And I need to say thank you for you and for everybody in there, because it's too emotional for me. In my case, I feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling my country. So I need to say thank you for you and for everybody make the Salsa on the Square. I don't know who is supposed make that, but I want to say thank you. Thank you for coming to here. The people can follow you something, and you have Facebook or...
Yeah, I have a Facebook. So it's under my name, Tina De Alderete, Tina De Alderete. You can follow my Facebook. Facebook is really where I post all of the shows that I'm doing, or the projects I'm working on, the places I'm teaching, all of those types of things. That's really kind of where I keep up with my career stuff. I also have an Instagram. It's a little bit more personal. You're welcome to follow me there as well. That is _Tina_Latina. Tina Latina, that's my handle. And you can find that through my Facebook as well. But Facebook is where you can find out about events that we're doing, Salsa on the Square, any festivals that we're involved with, places we're singing, theatrical shows, photography, projects, all the things, classes that we're doing, all the things. So Facebook is where you probably should go if you're trying to keep up with any of the things that I'm doing. And I've got lots of stuff coming up, so.
Do you have some projects that people can know and they can, follow you or call you?
100%. So, I post videos up there of like classes that I'm teaching. So I've been teaching at Wright State, and also at University of Cincinnati, CCM Prep. I've been teaching over there. So I put videos of that up there. All the events, so any festivals that we're working on. I'm doing a Hispanic Heritage Festival at Sharon Woods coming up. Salsa on the Squares up there. Taco Fest is up there.
Hi.
Those types of things. And then you'll also
things.
see... Yes.
I love it. We have a lot of things
all
here
the
in
things.
Cincinnati. Tenemos muchísimos eventos. Mañana hay la salsa, así que todos están invitados todos los jueves. Es gratis, amigos. Es gratuito. Usted va con su maletita si quiere llevar su vino, su cerveza, y se sienta ahí, y la salsa es de 7 a 10 de la noche. También viene el Festival de Tacos, que ya está anunciando. También viene el Festival de evento hispano, que se celebra todos los años en el mes de septiembre. Así que sigan en las redes sociales. Aquí está abajo Tina De Alderete. La pueden seguir para que vean todas las actividades que ella tiene, no solo ella, sino toda la comunidad y ella para la comunidad latina. Así que por favor síganla aquí. Muchísimas gracias por haber estado este miércoles compartiendo con nosotras, y muchísimas gracias por tratar de entenderme a mí mi inglés. Pero lo hice y ya, eso es así. Y bueno, y si no lo hago hoy, bueno, ¿cuándo? Así que bueno, así soy yo, lanzada y atrevida. Gracias a todos ustedes por seguir Radio Cincinnati. No se olviden, 21 de septiembre los esperamos en el Sharonville Convention Center en la Expo de Radio Cincinnati, así que no se olviden de seguir a las páginas, no se olviden de seguirme a mí como Michelle Vázquez también. Los quiero mucho, los respeto y bueno, los valoro también. Y thank you so much, Tina, for coming to here. Thank you. Sí.
It's been awesome. She's awesome.
Oh, thank you. You are too. Bye.
Bye. Adiós.
Estamos listos para darte la bienvenida a la Expo Radio Cincinnati 2025. Este evento es una oportunidad única para descubrir una variedad de negocios que compartirán sus productos, servicios y demostraciones. Ofrecerán promociones exclusivas y asesoría de expertos en temas de seguros, impuestos, bienes raíces y financiamiento. Además, será una jornada de diversión para toda la familia. Disfrutarás de música en vivo con la espectacular presentación de la Dama del Pueblo,
Si piensas que sin ti voy a
quien
morir
los cautivará con su inigualable voz.
borracha de amor, de por me voy viviendo tu recuerdo.
También contaremos con danzas profesionales a cargo de las zambamberas.
Volvieras a mí, sentirías conmigo el verdadero amor.
Y brincolines para los niños. No te pierdas las ocurrencias y el carisma del payasito Solecito, así como emocionantes concursos y muchas sorpresas más. Habrá venta de bebidas para completar la experiencia. No faltes. Te invita Radio Cincinnati junto a nuestros patrocinadores: Performance Toyota, La Michoacana Premier, R&M Multiservice, Willis Homes, Jim's Food Service, Dental A.L. Smiles, El Barco Mexican Restaurant, Sonido Cumbiambero, Castellanos Financial Solutions, Magic Touch, Mundo Zinc, Fiesta Auto Insurance, Mad Asterit, Beauty Hair Extensions, Michelle Rental, Boris Verastey, Trusted Advisor, Marichuy Inflables y muchas otras marcas que harán parte del evento más grande de Cincinnati. Te esperamos el 21 de septiembre de 1 a 4 de la tarde en el Sharonville Convention Center. Dirección 11355 Chester Road, Glendale, Ohio 45246. Para más información llámanos al 513-920.